Good morning, class. Good morning, everyone. Chapter number 8 of Geometry, page number 100, is Trigonometry. Open your textbook. Chapter number 8, it is Trigonometry. Let us study. Point number 1, Introduction of Trigonometry. Point number 2, Relations among trigonometric ratios. Point number 3, Trigonometric ratios. And the last point of this chapter is trigonometric ratios of particular angles. So all the boys and girls, total we have 4 topics in this chapter. First topic, introduction of trigonometry. Second topic, trigonometric ratios. Third topic, relations among trigonometric ratios. The fourth topic, trigonometric ratios of particular angle. Introduction. You are observing a picture of a tree. What will be the height of the tree? You are observing the picture, one tree in the picture, and the question is there in the box, what will be the height of the tree? How to measure it? One more picture. There is a lighthouse and a ship. There is a lighthouse and a ship. How far is this ship from the seashore? What is the distance of ship from the seashore? These are the two questions we have in our mind now. How the height of tall object is measured and how the distance of two objects which are far away from one another is measured. That we are going to study today. So below we have the answer now. We can measure distances by using a rope or by walking on a ground. But how to measure the distance between ship and lighthouse? How to measure the height of tall tree? It is said, in order to measure the distance, either we use the rope or we can walk on a ground. But to measure the height of a tree, to calculate the distance between ship and lighthouse, these methods will not work. Observe the above pictures. Observe the above pictures. Questions in the pictures are related to mathematics. There are two questions given in the pictures. One, what is the height of tree? The second question, what is the distance between ship and lighthouse? Now, what is that answer for these two questions? Trigonometry. Trigonometry, a branch of mathematics, is useful to find answers to such questions. For the first time, you heard today trigonometry in maths. You did not study trigonometry either in 8, 7 or 6. This is for first time in 9th class. You are going to study trigonometry in mathematics. So for getting the answers of height of tree, distance of ship and lighthouse, I need the knowledge of trigonometry, a branch of mathematics. It is one subject. It is one concept of a subject known as mathematics, trigonometry. Trigonometry is used in different branches of engineering, astronomy, navigation, etc. Where do we find the use of trigonometry? Engineering. In order to construct houses, the experts. In order to make the roads, the experts engage in the activity. We call them as engineers. So, in the study of engineering, there is a use of trigonometry. Astronomy, stars. We study about the stars, and the knowledge of trigonometry is useful in the field of astronomy. Navigation, to find out directions, to find out the depth, to find out the location, trigonometry is useful. So, three examples are given. There may be many more fields where trigonometry knowledge is utilized. Trigonometry is useful in the branches of engineering, astronomy, navigation. The word trigonometry is derived from the Greek word tree means go three, tri means three, tree, tri means three, gona means sides, and metron means measurement. So, I can say trigonometry is the combination of three different words. Three sides measurement, trigonometry, tree, I call it as a three, and gono means sides, gona means sides, and metron means measurement. The study in which we find out the measurement, we study the length of sides of a given triangle because it has got three sides. We call this study as a trigonometry. The word trigonometry is derived, obtained, made, formed from three Greek words. Tri means three, gona means side, and metron means measurement. Measurement of three sides of a triangle. This make a word called as a trigonometry. We are completing the first topic of this chapter known as introduction. Today, your seniors, your parents may ask you what you have studied in online class. So, you should surely say, we have studied today a new topic, a new concept in maths that is called as trigonometry. When you will say them trigonometry, do you know about the meaning of trigonometry? Then you should describe by giving the examples as the textbook has given. We always observe the tall tree, tower, buildings. How to measure the height of such a tall object like a tree, building, or the towers? We always observe, say, ship and the lighthouse, or the car standing on the road from the top of the building. What is the distance of these two objects? These answers, if I want, because I cannot measure these distances by traditional way like a rope use or by walking on the ground. These traditional methods cannot work. So, in order to get this answer, I need the knowledge of a subject, of a concept called as trigonometry. Trigonometry, it is containing, it is obtained, it is derived from the three Greek word. Tri means three, gona means sides, and metron means measurement. When we are studying the measurement of three sides of a triangle, that will give us the word trigonometry. Now further, we have studied triangle. The subject trigonometry starts with right angle triangle and theorem of right angle triangle, theorem of Pythagoras theorem, and similar triangles. So we will recall these topics. I hope whatever on page number details are given in the introduction, it is well conveyed to you, well explained to you, and you have understood it well. Now after that, I will require a board in order to explain you right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem, and similarity. All the boys and girls, you want to be good in trigonometry, then you should be good in right angle triangle knowledge. By the way, every time in geometry we study about right angle triangle, then what is so special? Yes, it is very special. If you have no knowledge of right angle triangle, then you are unable to get the ideas, the concepts of trigonometry. So let us begin now the discussion on right angle triangle. So let me show you a right angle triangle here. This is yesterday's work. We have started chapter number 8. Trigonometry. After completing introduction of trigonometry, now I will explain you the meaning of right angle triangle. Let us start. Right angle triangle meaning and its detail. I have this is a right angle triangle. Name A, B, C. Angle B has measure 90 degree. AB is perpendicular on BC. So this mark is for 90 degree. Perpendicular mark is for 90 degree. So I am going to write here, in triangle ABC, there is one angle B of measure 90 degree. When a triangle has one angle of measure 90 degree, such a triangle is called as right angle triangle. What is the meaning? What is the definition of right angle triangle? A triangle in which one angle has measure equal to 90 degree, a triangle is called as right angle triangle. So one angle B has in triangle ABC, B has measure 90 degree. That's why triangle ABC is right angle triangle. If triangle ABC is a right angle triangle, all the students, you may ask in your mind, what about the two angles, those which are not right angle A and C, what will be their measures? Angle A and angle C. These two angles, angle A and angle C, they are acute angles. I am calling them acute, means they will show measure always less than 90 degree. So when one angle has measure like 90 degree, other two angles are acute angle. Their measures will be less than 90 degree. Angle A less than 90, angle C less than 90. It will never be possible that angle A and angle C will show the measure like 90 degree, because an angle B is already having the measure like 90. Angle A and angle C will never show individually the measure like 90 degree. These two angles are always going to be acute angle. Each one will have measure less than 90 degree, angle A and angle C. Now I am going to find out the total of A and C. These two angles are acute. So I find the total of angle A and C. It will always become 90 degree. They don't show individually measure like 90 degree, but when we make the total of A and C, it will always be 90 degree. It means angle A and angle C are complementary angle. You have to recall all these things for a right angle triangle. When you have the example of right angle triangle, you should keep this knowledge always with you, that one angle shows measure 90, others are acute angle, their total is always 90. We call them as complementary angles. We call them as complementary angles. So this angle A and angle C are complementary angles. Now I will suppose the measure of angle A as theta. Suppose let angle A measure. I don't know whether it is 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, but it will not be 90. Suppose I have angle A measure theta. So when I suppose angle A theta, a Greek letter for the measure of angle used in geometry. Theta, alpha, gamma, we can use such Greek letter for the measures instead of taking ordinary normal letters of English A, B, C. These symbols are used for the measure theta. It is theta. Angle A measure suppose theta. So if angle A measure is theta, then we have shown in the fourth line A and C, they are complementary. So angle C measure will become 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta, we have completed the details related to the angles in a right angle triangle. First I have completed details of angles in a right angle triangle. So all the boys and girls, for the last 20 minutes I spoke continuously and you heard me patiently. So now I want you should draw this diagram of triangle ABC and take down these details fast. Okay, then I will proceed for the further topic of right angle triangle details. Recalling, we have to recall all the details of right angle triangle. Come on, write everyone along with the diagram the details of right angle triangle. Start the work now. Open your notebook, write the name of chapter trigonometry. Today I have explained you in the beginning introduction of trigonometry. What is the meaning of trigonometry? Why do we use it? Where do we use it? I have explained you for the first 10 minutes about trigonometry. Then I have started explanation on right angle triangle. So all the boys and girls, first you complete now today say information regarding right angle triangle angles. In a right angle triangle, you always find one angle of measure 90 degree. Like in triangle ABC, angle B measure is 90 degree. And the other two angle A and C, they will not show measure like 90 degree. Neither angle A measure will become 90 nor angle C measure will become 90. Whereas angle A and angle C, their total, when we make the total of measures of these two angles, it will be 90. So we call these two angle A and C as complementary angle. If one angle A in the given triangle shows measure theta, then another angle C will have measure like 90 minus theta. Hope so all the boys and girls are writing. It is being observed. Very good. Number of boys and girls have completed writing the details of triangle ABC angles. Okay. I told you I have given you warning regarding trigonometry. If you want to be good in trigonometry, you should be good in right angle triangle, meaning its parts, its details. So now, after completing the knowledge of angles, you know about the sides. Angle B is right angle. So this side AC. This side AC is opposite. Opposite to what? Angle B. Angle B opposite side is AC. I will call this side opposite to angle B as hypotenuse. Side AC, segment AC is hypotenuse of a given right angle triangle. Segment AC is hypotenuse of triangle ABC. Why do I call it as hypotenuse? Because it is opposite to angle B. AC is opposite to angle B of measure 90 degree. So only one side is called as the hypotenuse, a side which is opposite to right angle. Angle B is right angle and AC is opposite to it. So this side AC which is opposite to angle B is known as the hypotenuse. AC is hypotenuse. And the two sides like AB and BC, they are making right angle. You always write segment AB and segment BC, segment AB and segment BC make right angle. So when these two sides make right angles, we call them as perpendicular sides. Segment AB and segment BC are called as perpendicular sides. We have started discussion related to the sides of right angle triangle. Segment AB and segment BC are known as perpendicular sides. First I told you the meaning of hypotenuse. Now I am giving you the meaning of perpendicular sides. So three sides a right angle triangle has. One side opposite to 90 degree. That side is called as the hypotenuse. If I ask the question to the class, define hypotenuse, you will say side opposite to right angle in a right angled triangle is called as hypotenuse. And what are the two other sides? The two sides AB and BC which include a right angle in them, they are known as perpendicular sides. They are called as the perpendicular side. So segment AB and BC are perpendicular sides. Now why do we require the knowledge of Why do we obtain the knowledge of these three angles and these three sides of a right angle triangle? We have completed fortunately today topic number 1 in trigonometry, that is called as Introduction to Trigonometry. The second topic of trigonometry is trigonometric ratios. Chapter number 4, if I am not wrong, in algebra you have studied this year, called as ratio and proportion. What do you mean by ratio? What is the meaning of ratio? Ratio means division of two quantities. When we make the division of two quantities, why do we divide? Basically, we make the division for comparison. There are two students, suppose A has got 40 marks in geometry in term exam, B has got 20 marks. So I say that marks of 40 are more than marks of B by 20. So here I have compared them by difference method, by showing how many, say there is a difference of 20 marks in A and B. When I say marks of A double than B marks, twice, when I compare them in terms of multiple by using the word like double or twice, it means I am dividing number like 40 and 20. 21 is the 22 is the. So I get here 2. This 2 tells me that the marks are double, the marks are twice, the marks are 2 times. It means in mathematics there are two ways of comparison. One by subtraction, that is called as the difference method, and another by division. And when we make the division for comparison purpose, that is known as the ratio. So I have to take second topic in trigonometry called as the ratio, trigonometric ratio. So let us begin the second topic today called as the trigonometric ratio. For this purpose now I will require fresh diagram. Let me draw the diagram here. Right angle triangle I want, because trigonometry means there should be a right angle triangle. So here I have drawn a right angle triangle. Name of the right angle triangle is PQR. All the boys and girls, by the way, there are 6 trigonometric ratios in trigonometry only. But out of 6, we will not study for 9th class all 6 ratios. You will study only 3 ratios in 9th class, and the remaining 3 names will be told. Examples of 3 ratios you don't have to study this year. Next year in 10th class, fortunately after a month or 2, you are going to be in class 10th. So all the boys and girls, next year again you will learn trigonometry. There the remaining 3 ratios and the examples you will study. So triangle PQR has angle Q. It is necessary with right angle it should be. So angle Q is a right angle. And angle P and angle R are, say, acute angle. Okay. First we should observe a right angle of a given triangle and the 2 acute angles of a given right angle triangle. So we have seen here, I will write on the top, angle Q is right angle because the measure is 90 degree. Angle P and angle R, they are acute angles because no one, either P or R, has measured 90 degree. They are acute angles. Angle P and angle R, they are acute angles. Now after completing the angles detail, you know PR is opposite to angle Q. So segment PR is hypotenuse. Segment PR is hypotenuse of a given triangle. After giving you the knowledge of angles and the sides, PQ and QR, they are perpendicular sides. Okay. Now let us start the first ratio. I want for angle P. See this angle P, I want to know the side opposite of angle P and the hypotenuse for this angle P. What is the relation? What is the ratio of angle P opposite side and hypotenuse? I have taken angle P everyone, and angle P opposite side I want to divide with the hypotenuse. Division I have made for the purpose of ratio, for the purpose of comparison. P angle opposite side I want to divide with the hypotenuse of a triangle. Side opposite for angle P and angle R will be different, but hypotenuse will be one for all. It will not be different for different angle. Only one hypotenuse is there in one right angle triangle. So angle P, observe class, who is the opposite side of angle P? Do you see? QR. एंगल P के सामने एंगल P के अपोजिट में QR अपोजिट है. So I call this QR as the opposite side of angle P, QR, and hypotenuse we have written on the top. PR is the hypotenuse of triangle. This ratio of opposite side of angle P and hypotenuse for a given acute angle के लिए रेशो बनाया गया है. इतना आपको ध्यान में रखना है. एंगल P एक एक्यूट एंगल है और उसका रेशो हमने बनाया अपोजिट साइड को हाइपोटेनियस से डिवाइड कर. I call this ratio as a sine ratio. This ratio is called as the sine ratio when we make the division of opposite side of an acute angle with the hypotenuse. This ratio is called as the sine ratio. Okay, SINE, sine ratio, and it is written in short SIN, sine. Okay, so I have got sine ratio as sine P. Angle name or measure is compulsory for the reference. Sine P ratio will be QR upon PR. So I cannot write ratio without angle because I should know which side opposite to which angle. Okay, so sine P. Now I will take the same angle, but this time I want the adjacent side. Adjacent side of angle P, I am going to make the division of adjacent side of angle P with the hypotenuse of triangle. So all the boys and girls, you know PR is hypotenuse. I cannot take then angle P adjacent PR as hypotenuse. PR is the hypotenuse. QR is the opposite. So who will be adjacent to angle P? The next neighbor side of angle P other than hypotenuse and QR will be PQ. PQ is adjacent side of angle P. So this ratio for angle P where I divide its adjacent side with the hypotenuse is known as the cos ratio. Cos of angle P become PQ upon PR. And the last definition, the last one for this year, it is called as the tan. Okay, tan. What do you mean by tan ratio? Tan ratio means here I divide opposite side of angle P. Opposite side of angle P when it is divided by the adjacent side. In the first two ratio we have divided opposite and adjacent with the hypotenuse. In the last ratio, opposite and adjacent of angle P we are dividing. Now everyone knows side opposite to P is QR. So there should be no confusion regarding opposite side and adjacent side. If you avoid that confusion, you will have no trouble in trigonometry. So PQ is adjacent of angle P. So this ratio is known as a tangent ratio, but it is written as tan of angle P. These are three definitions of trigonometric ratios. So all the boys and girls, last 5 minutes you have, you first make the diagram and write these three definitions as you are observing on the board. Come on, make the diagram, everyone. Title you give trigonometric ratios. Title you give trigonometric ratios. Last 3 minutes you have now. Suppose class ends, before you complete notes, I am going to send the video of this topic what I have taken today. You can complete by studying that video accordingly.